but I cook out of necessity. And the reason I bring you this pressure cooker, which is at an unbelievably low price, while supplies last price, and we don't even have many supplies left, and on Easy Pay, is because this is, again, one of those time savers. It saves time, it saves flavor, and actually keeps the nutrients in the food. You have 3 colors to choose from. We have it in the stainless steel that you see right here to my left. We also have it in this gorgeous copper. I like that look, it's just very rich. And then we also have it in the red, which is more of a cranberry red. And I want you to come on down and meet Meredith Lawrence. She is our Blue Jean chef and instructor. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks, nice to be here.
Yeah, so this is actually the easiest pressure cooker we've ever offered, according to Meredith. She said, Mary Beth, this is the easiest. And not only the easiest to use, but the easiest, one of the easiest to afford, because it's 3 payments of $23.04 a month to be able to get this home in about a week's time. So the first question is, why should we even have a pressure cooker in our kitchen?
Well, because it does. It absolutely saves you time in, you know, you can put foods in that are tough and less expensive. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
Tough and less expensive, but really, really flavorful. But they need time in order to really break down and become tender. Well, a pressure cooker will do that for you in a third of the time. A third of the time. And I'm going to start with this today for you, Mary Beth. This is something that has no recipe. There are tons of recipes you can find, but this one has no recipe. This is, I'm in a pinch. I've got to get dinner on the table. And believe it or not, there are 2 whole chickens in here.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to pull them out for you. And all you do is you put the whole chicken in here. You mix it with some marinara sauce. It can be your own or it can be jarred sauce.
Right.
Put a little bit of chicken stock in there, some herbs, whatever you like, and then put it on for 35 minutes. 35 minutes. And you've got dinner on the table. And look, it is so tender. This is falling apart as I take it out of the cooker.
You can see how juicy it is. You can also see how tender that is. You're gonna be scooping that out with a ladle because it's just that yummy. Here's the thing I want you to know too, is that there is a cookbook, and this is actually a cookbook that Meredith Lawrence wrote herself. This is the Blue Jean Chef. It's called Comfortable Under Pressure, because in here are all kinds of recipes that are going to get you really comfortable to using a pressure cooker as well. There's like 14 recipes that come with the unit, but if you want this book, it's an extra $20, and there's 125 recipes in there.
And what the book is going to help you with is just help you understand how to use a pressure cooker. I like to teach people things, and this is the way. Like, this is so easy to do. When I was actually writing the book, I had a lot of friends who I wanted people to test the recipes, home cooks to test the recipes, and they said, oh, I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous about a pressure cooker. They are all sold on pressure cooking now, and they love it because it saves you so much time, and it can save you money because you use the cheaper cuts of meat and you make them super tender. You want to see a cheap cut of meat over here? Look at this.
Oh, my favorite.
This is
it. I'm a Minnesota girl. It's pot roast and vegetables.
This is a pot roast. So we put a pot roast in here, and usually when you put a pot roast on the stove top,
see?
I know, look at that.
That's what, you know what? This takes me right back to Sunday dinner after church. My mom always put a pot roast in the pressure cooker when we would get home because it did go quickly.
Right.
And she's got 6 kids standing there with their tongues hanging out.
So usually you'd put it on the stovetop for hours and hours and hours. This takes just 60 minutes in a pressure cooker, and the results are fantastic. As you can see, tender, just terrible, like not terrible, but you know, tearable.
Able to tear.
Able to tear.
Here's the thing I want you to know. Is that she said to me, this is the easiest one to use. So talk to me about that at some point, because I want to know why this one's so easy.
Well, here's another easy thing we did. We just did barbecue chicken wings. It's about 2/3 barbecue sauce, 1/3 chicken stock. You put some wings in there. You know, we've got 3 dozen wings in here. 10 minutes. Wow. Okay, 10 minutes, and they are done.
And those are from Fresh.
Those are from Fresh. Now, here's why it is so easy to use. Because there's not a single button on the machine. Okay, not a single button on the machine. We've got a dial here. That's all you have to do is know how many minutes. You turn the dial to the number of minutes that you need, and then if you put the pressure cooker lid onto it, you put you seal it to pressure, it's going to be a pressure cooker. You want it to be browning, you put the minutes in there, you don't put the lid on, and you use it to brown. You can even slow cook in here by leaving it on that bottom level and just letting it go. But it's so versatile. A pressure cooker isn't just for those big cuts of meat. Look at this. This is paella with mussels and sausage. Would you like a little sample?
Sure. Why not?
Mussels, sausage, shrimp, chicken in here, 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Once you get everything in there, that rice cooks in 4 minutes.
That is so tasty.
It's versatility.
But I need to let you know, these are going quickly. There is not a lot of these left. And because it's a while supplies last price,
It's only
when
while
our supplies are gone, that's it. We're not going to have this one anymore. If you've never had a pressure cooker, start here. This is the one to start with. And by the way, not only is it easy, but it's good size. This is 6.5 quarts.
You just saw that we had 2 whole chickens in there before. This one you're gonna love. This is one of my favorite recipes. This is one of the recipes that after we're finished here and all the crew comes over to eat, this is what they're gonna be eating. It's a pasta with artichoke, sun-dried tomato, and sausage. It is so delicious and easy. This cooks in 6 minutes. So here's what I love about pressure cookers. Tonight I may not know what I want to have for dinner. That's okay.
That's right.
I don't even have to decide until I actually go home and throw something together.
Yeah.
And I can put this in. Now, I put everything in this cooker, dried noodles and everything in one time, and then it cooks in the sauce. 6 minutes later, you've got this delicious pasta.
Like 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes while it's under pressure. And
Right.
here's the thing, what about cleanup and safety?
Well, let me show you that actually, because somebody asked that to me the other day on the Facebook page. This little insert comes right out. So you can take this right out so that you can wash that up easily. It's non-stick on the inside, so the cleanup is easy to do. And here we have everybody's favorite. This is going to disappear as soon as we are off the air here. The ribs. The ribs that fall apart.
Okay, the key here is though, how long did they take? Did you cook them for 4 hours?
No, these are 25 minutes in the pressure cooker.
From fresh.
From fresh, 25 minutes. And you mean you can go longer if you want to. Sometimes what I do is I cook them in the pressure cooker without the barbecue sauce, just with some stock.
Yeah.
And then I slather the barbecue sauce and throw them on the grill for just a split second to get some color on them.
Now, what if I wanted to throw them in frozen? Because I forgot to take them out.
Well,
Can I still use frozen or not?
The rule I use is that it can't be more than 1 inch thick. So ribs qualify there. So chicken breasts are okay, sausage, ribs, and then you add a few minutes onto the cooking time because it's going to take longer for it to come to pressure because, of course, it's frozen, right?
Right.
So here's another dish. This is potatoes. Potatoes, what we call potatoes boulangeres, which is like almost like potato gratin, but instead of cooking it into a cream sauce, you cook it in stock. But they're delicious. They come right out like this, and you squeeze some lemon juice on them. You've got the bacon and then the onions that have roasted all with them.
Oh, it
and
looks delicious.
It is delicious.
And you can tell the potatoes are so tender.
They are
and
falling apart.
Falling apart is right. Here's the thing. You know what? If you have had a pressure cooker and you want one that's easier, maybe you've had one or it's an old one, it's the kind that was sitting on the stove top. This is plug-in. This is electric. This is easy. And not only is it easy, it's the easiest of all of them that we've been able to bring you. And that's all because there's not a whole lot of buttons to choose from. It's just dialing in the time. Because once you dial in the time, it brings it up to pressure. And how are they going to figure out how much time to give it?
Well, what you're going to do, if you're going to convert one of your own recipes, you want to just make sure that it has at least a cup and a half of liquid in it.
Okay.
So as long as your recipe has that, then you can go ahead and you put in 1/3 of the normal time. So whatever the normal time is, you go for 1/3.
Yeah.
And then you just go to town.
And by the way, over 1,000 of these already ordered. There are 14 recipes that come with it, but if you want to get this cookbook for an extra $20, it's Meredith's own cookbook. There's 125 recipes called Comfortable Under Pressure. Excellent book. I highly recommend it. And the other thing is, don't forget, this is a while supplies last price. Once it's gone, it's gone. We aren't going to be able to get any more, and it's on Easy Pay too. So we're talking $23.04 a month.
Great price for a 6.5 quart pressure cooker.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
I always love cooking with you. And